everyone, this is Wife from the Lopez Garden. I'm going to show you some of the updates on little critters and balcony plants. So if you can see here, there's nothing growing. Dragon fruit just died. So after it stopped growing, I just stopped watering because, well, it was dead. So apparently I'm not that lucky with dragon fruit. So husband said, well, next time let me try to see if it works. We'll see. This is some of the kiwi that I had transplanted. It had a bit of a fungus, but now the fungus is gone and these are growing just nicely, but the other container has way more. So I can show you here. You can just do a little pouchy area with a plastic bag that you create to make a little ecosystem kind of thing. And these I haven't really watered that much because it just gets contained in here. So those are growing pretty well, as you can see around the plastic. And yeah, they're just tied here together. The holy basil got some fungus gnats. Husband already sprayed them, so they have less. And it's still growing. It just looks a little sad because it's been really hot, and then with the fungus gnats and the... So that's that one, and let me show you the ones outside. Okay, so before I go outside, I wanted to show you my lychee trees. This one got a little dry or sunburned because in the winter the sun comes out from different sides of the window, and apparently it hit this one. This one was the first one to grow, but the others are fine. So that one and that one are just doing fine, but they definitely need to be transplanted. The kiwi that was here started growing. This one, is, if you remember, is the one that we planted directly on soil, but it doesn't look that great. Dragon fruit dead, and we're not going to plant more dragon fruit for a while, at least not me. So that's not working. I mean, it grows well and the germinating and everything, but during that transplanting, something's not working right. So let's move on. So outside in the garden, this is the dinosaur kale. It was attacked by cabbage loopers, but husband has been spraying it with BT, and it's been doing fine, as you can see, and it's recovering and having new growth. We've been using this a lot for the soups. And strawberries are doing great. As you can see, they're more prolific than they were. It's probably not going to be growing more strawberries. I'm really not sure. It's been really hot. As you can see, that one's kind of burned. But now it's more leafy, which is really good. Hopefully next year we'll have tons of strawberries. The tomatoes are gone. Actually, we just cut them down and dropped them, but that's going to the trash. And that's going to leave a lot of space for the basil to grow. Because here we have the sweet basil or Mediterranean basil, and then the Thai basil, and we're going to, before winter comes, we're going to try to root them so we can keep them inside, and then transplant them once it's spring again. But in the meantime, they have enough time to get really growing here in this planter. And something I have down here is my mango tree. As you can see, it's growing quite well. It's getting bigger. It's getting new leaves. As you can see, it always grows these huge leaves every now and then. But it's growing, so that's good. So probably for the winter it's going to have to go inside before it dies. Ooh, something I wanted to show you is strawberries stretched down there. And they're rooting. They probably did already. And we're having more strawberries. The catnip has recovered a bit. It didn't look that well. But it wasn't getting that much sun either. So Elliot and Mia would be really happy about that. The jalapenos are doing great. They're huge. They're big. As you can see. Well, if you can see. There. So they're a decent size of jalapeno. The red ones we just cut off for seeding. But yeah, we have lots of peppers there. We have more. We just cut them down. So see, we got more over there. That one's doing great. This plant is using Trifecta Plus from my gardener, But after we finished with the testing with the tomatoes and stuff, we just decided to start using our little tricks here and there, which are worm castings or worm tea. And I think worm castings you already have some, but we're using the worm tea and sea minerals. That helps a lot. This one here is the A65, where we were using Trifecta Plus. After we did our tasting, we decided just to add our blend, which was the sea minerals and the worm tea. And even though today is September the 9th, I think, it's still producing tomatoes. It's getting to the point that it's done for the season, but there's still tomatoes around here. See, there, you can see another tomato, and they're around. So I think 2 nights ago, yesterday, we had an omelette, and I had some of these tomatoes. There's still tomatoes here. They're growing, they're doing good. And that's our new tomato. I don't remember the name. I think it's a cherry. But it has time to grow before the winter, and it's just doing great. As you can see, that's kind of big. It's not a tomatillo or anything. We're not going to try that anymore for a while. The Mexican sunflower, it's done for the season. We're probably going to see if we can collect some seeds or something. And this one over here, our little friend the Taro, which I showed you before how it looked. And it's grown quite a bit since. So this is how it looks when it starts shooting, and then it looks like this, and then it looks like this, and then it looks like this. So I'm really happy about this one and excited, and I love Taro. The interesting part, I definitely need to put some water in this one. This one is the one in the container over there. I put it outside so we get some sun. But this one, really surprising. Sorry for the cans in the back, but I had to move them. Because I'm going to use them for the lychee trees. And this one is the avocado that grew 2 shoots from one same seed. And this is what I did. Just so it grew nicely. You don't have to. I don't even know if you can, but I did it anyways. And it's growing just fine. It looks like a big, nice tree, even though it's 2 in 1. But I didn't notice that this one is also growing. Because of that, I wasn't really expecting this one to grow up. I guess now it's getting more sun. And I think this pot probably doesn't have very good drainage, and that's why the tomato that was here got rotten or died, and the roots got rotten. Because then I planted a mango and it died too, and I was like, what's going on? So it's probably that. But you know what? Avocados don't mind. So when you have a problem like this, I'm sure you can always find a plant that doesn't matter. I mean, that doesn't care about it being too wet, and I'll use it to its advantage. So for the avocados, this was a great use for the soil. Let's move the other wood. These here are my Chirimoya trees, if you remember that we planted that. From when I transplanted this here, I haven't really seen that much growth, though right now that it's growing new leaves, I don't see that much of a difference. And then, well, that's the pomegranate, which I pruned and then grew this really long branch, which I'm going to have to, well, just trim. Actually, wait a second, something's been munching it. I didn't cut it. Something's been eating it. Huh. So I'm going to have to cut it back and then maybe put it away. I have no idea what's been eating it. So I'm glad I noticed now. So that's it for the balcony critters. Thank you for watching.